back with you with a question that I'm never asked, but I should be asked by clients. And no one ever asks me about the spending phase of retirement. I mean, isn't that the point? You accumulate all this money, and eventually you're going to use it. All right? So I want to give you a visual right now that I believe is very powerful. I've used it for the last decade in my practice to help people really understand the transitioning of thought from the accumulation mindset to the spending mindset. Okay? So here we go. Now what I'm first going to do is I'm going to draw a bell curve for you. Right? Now I'm going to put a line down the middle. The crest of this curve is where I'm going to say most people want to retire, right? So the left side, this is my left, is the accumulation phase. All the strategies and concepts that we've used, that you've used, and that are readily available on Google or your local investment guy, they're all designed to help you accumulate and grow that money to a very, very large number so that you can feel confident about retiring, right? Right? And for the last 35, 40 years in America, we have been in the accumulation phase as a country, right? The largest segment of our population, you know who you are, you're baby boomers, right? You guys are retiring like we've never seen before. America is actually retiring like she's never retired before. And the question is this, when you start retiring and you use that money in the nest egg, right? That's what I like to call the spending phase. So that's your spending phase. Now, wouldn't you agree that the ideas and strategies and concepts that help you grow the money, that once you get into this mindset over here on the spending phase, that mindset should be, and this is where I've noticed with my clients, they do this shift, right? Preservation, right? Because we certainly don't want to run out of money. And obviously, how do I extend this curve? How do we add an extra 10, 15, 20 years to this curve? See, this is a spending phase. And what happens, what I see a lot of challenges with people, is that in the spending phase, they're still holding on to the ideas and strategies that grew their money, right? And so when you do that, what we've seen time in and time out is people end up getting to zero while they're still alive. That's pretty depressing, right? They spend their asset down, it's gone. Right? The only thing they got left is Social Security. Remember that last video, a couple videos back where I talked about we want to get to a place where you're just not only surviving on Social Security, right? So we've got to extend this curve, right? So the purpose of this tutorial right now is not to talk about the strategies that do that on the spending phase. What I really want to do is help you start transitioning your thoughts. So if you're 15, 10, 5 years away from the spending phase, you would call it retirement. Retirement's the kickoff, right? Boom. Right, we get in the spending phase. If you're 5, 15, 10, 5 years away, we need to start having that transition in thought. Like, you know what? Yeah, I'm getting out of that accumulation phase. I need to start to entertain potentially other ideas and strategies and concepts that are more focused on preservation of the nest egg, right? And also being efficient, right? And extending that money out as far as possible. Now here's the thing. The more time is your greatest asset. And the more time that you give this conversation, see, we have to have a conversation somewhere in here. This is where the conversation has to happen, right? The conversation has to happen somewhere in here. 15, 10, or 5 years out, right? The more time you give, the greater we can make this curve. So let me show you what the curve should look like, right? I want to show you this. Have the conversation, the sooner the better, right? So here's how the curve ought to look. All right, so there's where you retire. Here's your accumulation phase. Boom, spending phase. And let's extend that out X number of years. How long do you want your money to last? Right? I'm just a phone call away, no pressure, no obligation. But as you can tell, I am very passionate about helping people understand that you're about to enter the spending phase, and there are ideas and strategies and concepts that you need to open your mind to. So first, it's opening your mind to understanding that you are going to transition to a different part, that you've never been there before. And it's okay to understand that the majority of people that you'll access information from, they're over here. And that's okay too, because they did a great job getting you here. But now, we need to understand that we're entering into a different phase. This is my favorite part of the retirement income planning phase and helping make people's tomorrows better than their today. Because this is where I'm a specialist, right here. How long do you want your money to last? Okay. I'm just a phone call away, no obligation, no pressure.